Yes, people, hope everyone's good. Part two of Deadline Day, and it's moving along quite nicely. Isaac Schmidt has signed for Leeds United. Wasn't aware of him, but in the last 5 to 6 hours, I've watched as much as I can. Here are my thoughts. Here's the scout report. Let's get into it. And by the way, I did a Tanaka video earlier. I think a dark horse at this window. Really like Ayo Tanaka. Go look at that. Go check that out. It's in the description. Also on the channel if you haven't. But yeah, let's get into this. Quick profile of the player. 24 years old. Isaac Schmidt. He played for FC Gallen, St. Gallen, in Sweden. In Switzerland, of course. His height of 172 meters. Weight, I couldn't find any distinguished data on his weight. Preferred foot right, but can use both. Position, left back, right back, centre back. Right, into the good bits. And of course, if you guys want to just go through these and read at your own speed, just pause it. It's fine. Feel free. Technical ability. We love a technical ability. Fullback, first touch, ball control. Now, the one person I'm going to compare him to start this video off, and when I say compare it, I mean stylistically, and that is Rico Lewis. There's a lot I see and look about this player that reminds me of Rico Lewis. So similarities in the way they play, the way they can adapt into midfield, the way they carry the ball, the way they move, the fact that they're seemingly decent at anything and they're quite comfortable in any situation. But yeah, first touch ball control. Ball control is excellent for me. He's a really, really good worker in difficult spaces with pressure around him, quick feet when he needs them. Also really good at doing a quick slide pass through the lines. You know, very good. Controls the ball very well, of course. Shot passing, recovery. Shot passing is, again, I think everyone in this system needs a key to be a shot passer, right? Like I said, he has that consistency in terms of just kind of gliding through games, gliding into areas, you know, kind of effortlessly just linking play up and moving around and being part of the build-up. And shot passing is very good. The detail is decent as well. Not my ideal idea of pass detail, but decent. Recovery, again, this is more... Yeah, recovery obviously links to kind of that understanding of positionally where he should be. And I put a 7 because it's all right. There is times it gets caught out, and I'll explain that in a bit. But progressive carries, really good ball carrier. Should and can do it more. Like I said, he eases through games, he eases through situations, difficult situations in games where maybe it looks difficult, maybe it looks like he's not going to quite get through it. He eases through it. A very nice, well-balanced footballer. And like I said, there's a lot of similarities in terms of stylistically. He's not as good as Rico Lewis, obviously. But stylistically, very similar to me. And you guys will judge when you see him. But yeah, like I said, can play 3 positions as well. Progressive passers, again, not bad. Not the biggest part of his game, but a good passer. Good on the ball in all aspects. Very well-rounded and very balanced in his on-ball aspects, I guess you could say. 1v1 defending as well. Not bad. Not the standout, quintessential, I want to go 1v1 out 10 times a game. You know, and it's weird when you look at him stylistically. Like Rico Lewis, he doesn't look necessarily like a fullback. He's very much that kind of... Even Firpo, to an extent, does look like a fullback. And Jordan Bogle, they both look like attacking fullbacks. He doesn't look like one. He plays more like a midfielder, like a defensive or a midfielder playing left back or right back. He does look like that, which is interesting to me. But defensive positional play, for the most part, is solid. Positional play genuinely over the pitch is very good. But there is times I've watched in the game he played against Trabzonspor and a few before that from last season that I watched this afternoon, where because of the way he likes to drift in, that does leave space behind. And there is a little slow reaction to realise that from him at times. But look, of course he's in that advanced position predominantly because of the style of the team he's playing for, obviously, right? But generally speaking, you know, the reaction of it and the understanding of it seems a little slow at times. That's why I give it a 6. But for the most part and fundamentally, he's fairly solid in that role. Psychological, decision-making, teamwork, confidence. So decision-making, I've already explained most of this stuff. And you guys can read it. I'll go through what I think psychological. Similar to what Daniel Farke said in his press conference about finding players that have the right personality and the right understanding. I think he's getting players that have that versatility, that have that adaptability, because they can do that, right? Obviously. And he wants players that can adapt. He wants defensive players that can play midfield, that are comfortable deeper, that are comfortable in the final third, that are comfortable in the middle third. Look at our signings. Look at the wingers we've signed. They can play either side. Some of them can play as the 9, some of them can play as the 10. This guy can play in midfield. And like I said, visually, when you look at him, he does look like a midfielder for me personally. But yeah, and this is the important part of it, and this is the psychological side of it, is how he thinks, how he sees the game. And you can look at his numbers there. Very, very solid numbers, like Altanaka. I keep doing that, I apologise. Because of the AO stuff on Twitter this morning, which was hilarious. But Altanaka, that same adaptability about him, that comfortable player in different spaces. And this guy fits that type of the bill for me. Like I said, I've not watched this guy really as much as Tanaka. It's literally the last few days. But from what I've seen, I think he fits that bill of an adapted. And I know people will liken Dallas to him. I think as a player who is comfortable in different positions, yes, that's an excellent comparison. I think stylistically they're very different. More of a Rico Lewis, like I said. But of course, a player with that versatility who, in the worst case scenarios, can play in midfield, will be predominantly a fullback. And let me tell you, people, will be challenging two we've got. He will be a backup at the start, obviously. We have very good fullbacks who've accomplished a lot, who've played in the Premier League. But he will challenge both of them. And I guarantee that right now, right here. And if he doesn't, mat me, but I guarantee it, he will. He's at that level for me. Physical. Body position, didn't really like it. Just good at maintaining the ball in any kind of situation, any scenario. It's got a little trick in him as well. So I give that a 9. I think it's very solid. Acceleration off the mark. First 5-6 yards. Very powerful and quick runner. Not the tallest. I've seen online that he's tall. He's not that tall. I think he's got quite long limbs, so maybe he seems taller, but he's not that tall. I think he's under 6 foot, but he's not that tall. So yeah, but he's a fairly buff guy. He's quite strong. So yeah, so that acceleration off the mark, physical strength 6. Like I said, he's not the huge. He's just very good in spaces. And he's good at using his body. Press 5. Generally not seen much from him doing that. And from our fullbacks, they only press in certain situations. So I've given it a 5 just because it's neutral. I don't really know. I've not counted that into the score. Balance and agility, like I said, lovely balance. Play centrally. When he drives with the ball as well, which he does do, great kind of driver with the ball. And what he does when he drives with it, he's good. He's got little tricks. He can turn quite quickly, little movements to take a man on. So I give that an 8. And I think I have to clarify this. These ratings are based on mix of the players' general stats and how I think they can adapt in the Championship. So, for example, a ball control of 9 isn't in world football. That's the player and the Championship kind of giving it a base of how he will work in the team as an individual and as a player, obviously. Fitness 7, again, look through his... He did come off the other day at Translampore. Not limping, but kind of gingerly. I think he told... Yeah, I think there was a... He looked very tired as well. Maybe that was a "this'll do, boss. I need to move" type thing. Got called a clown online because I had an opinion that I was just talking standard. Just watched it and that's just what I saw. But anyway, he's fine. His fitness is fine. I don't think his injury record is that bad. So yeah, this is the key part. I've got all the stats and you guys feel free to read them all. I'm not going to bore you with all of them. Look at this. Look at his career. Left back, he's played 55 times. Right winger, 17 times. Right midfield, 16 times. Left midfield, 10 times. Right back, 9. Played central midfield as well. Now, he is versatile. He is a fullback. He started this season as a right back, played predominantly last season as a left back. He is right-footed, but a big thing I really like about this guy, which I think I've already mentioned, he can use both feet. And that's very, very important for a footballer, especially one that needs or requires versatility. He's a very good versatile player for us to have. Very good. Honestly, great pull by the recruitment side. Great looking, honestly. Really good player from what I've seen. Gets numbers as well. Decent numbers. As you can see from there, 108 appearances for FC St. Gallen, with 7 goals and 10 assists. Pretty decent. Or is that the way around? I can't remember. Whatever. Yeah, look, playing the Super League again. Came through the ranks, the youth ranks, played European qualifiers, played in one the other night where he scored an unbelievable strike, by the way. And he's got a few of them. When he does score, they tend to be decent strikes. And he scored with his left and his right foot. Like I said, can use both feet. But yeah, there's his heat map. You can see he likes to drift inside. He likes to go on the overlap as well. Very solid base sort of thing, yeah. Very versatile. Now, adaptability, versatility, ball control. Spoke about them. Play across the back line, fullbacks, CDM, comfortable higher up at the pitch as well, whether it's attacking fullback, defensive fullback, solid. Versatility, drive. Now, this is more his ability with the ball in that quick kind of transition moments, first 5 seconds of winning the ball back. If he's got the ball, he'll drive with it. If he's space, he'll drive with it. He has to. He likes to pass and move. He likes to give a pass and make a run, but he will drive with it if he needs to. Combination play, I've just said, likes to make a pass and move. Combination's good. Very. He doesn't like when he's on the ball. He's not someone that does these unbelievable things. He'll get the ball, he'll move it, he'll pass and move it, he'll drive with it. He'll have a little trick if he needs to. He's not a flair player. He's a very strong fundamental player with edges. If he needs a trick, if he needs to take a man on, if he needs to hit one in the top corner, he will do it. Very nice balance player. Very easy on the eye to watch. Using both feet. Uses both feet. Very good. Very difficult to defend. And even 1v1 defending as well when you're against an attacker. Shooting. Look at the goals he's scored. You'll get a few. You'll get 1 or 2 a season that you look at this. Yeah, there's technical shooting. You can do that. Like I said, Rico Lewis has got a little shot in him. Just that little technical abilities are just kind of all right at everything. You know what I mean? They pop up with a shot. Oh, you can shoot now type vibe. So, yeah. Concerns, defensive positional awareness. And this is only certain moments. Let me clarify that. I already explained earlier. This is not a general concern. This is certain moments where that can happen because of the way he plays, and he likes to go forward, he likes to play midfield. Systematically, the reaction to realising there's a guy behind him is slightly slow at this point. Tactically, you can learn and develop that, but now, technical B+, physical B, psychological A-. It was literally 1 off an A. The score rating the algorithm decides between whatever. Yeah, it was 1 off an A. It's an A-, unfortunately. An A- is a very small margin. Ceiling A, like I said, the versatility really helps him. I think there's a way in which he developed. His trajectory, by the way, is ridiculous. He started this season really well, on the right as well. I think he looks slightly more comfortable on the right, I can't lie. I just like him there. I think he looks really good, really balanced. But yeah, but likes to go wider as well when he's on the right. But ceiling A for me, I think he could develop to be our star soon. Whether that's next season or partway through this season. Trajectory for me is very good trajectory. Late bloomer in that sense. The last 2 seasons for him have been a lot better. He's developed a lot. And I think the ceiling is quite high from that. I do. I think in terms of what he does as a footballer, he's very solid and that won't change too much. But I think the level he can translate that to is very high. System fit A, just because his versatility and the way how easy he is on the ball and his brain and how smart he is. He fits the system. Overall B+. Look, he won't start. He's a backup. Not convinced how long that will be. I feel like he's the type of player that if he gets the chance, if there's an injury, he'll get in the team. I think he might stay there. It's good competition. Very good competition. Very good. Very good backup. And look, if he's willing to come to the club and that's the conversation about that, fine by me. It's Farker's problem to deal with. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I appreciate all the support. On to the next, hopefully. See you guys in a bit. Bye-bye.